What's going on, guys? Welcome to Pam Unfiltered, the spot where we spill the hottest celeb tea, break down and review all the reality TV chaos, get real about the latest trending news, and of course, so much more. So let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pam Unfiltered. I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend. I know I am because I'm not at work. That's all I gotta say. But before we get into the hot topics, I just wanted to give a big thanks to everyone who has watched my videos, who has subscribed to my channel, who has comment, liked, turned on their notifications. You guys, I really appreciate it. I'm really trying to stay consistent with this because this is something that I've loved since I was a little girl. It just looks different from when I was a little girl. When I was young and I fell in love with this, it was solely on radio. And now, of course, it has transitioned into podcasting, and of course, here on YouTube, and it's still a little bit on radio, like with people like the Breakfast Club. But just a little information about me, if you guys are new. Of course, my name is Pam. I'm from New York City, and I have a degree in broadcasting. So this is not just random old me or just another person who thinks they're going to get famous, by doing a gossip channel. Again, this is something I've loved since I was a kid, and I actually went to school to become the next Wendy Williams. Now, obviously, that didn't work out, but it's just something that's always just come back, come back, come back, come back. When I went to school for broadcasting, I decided not to pursue it because at the time, it was when celebrities were taking over radio, and it was very hard for the regular, degular, schmegular person to even get a chance in the radio business and to become one of those top people. Um, you guys may know, I'm not going to go on a tangent here, but to be top in radio, you need to have the morning show or the afternoon show. So the popular times for radio were during, what do you call that? Rush hour. So in the morning time and in the afternoon. So when people going to work and people coming home from work, those were the best times to be on radio, and you made that money. Okay. But again, I didn't pursue it because it was just a rough time. And radio isn't what you may think it is unless you're people like Wendy Williams, Howard Stern, The Breakfast Club, Angie Martinez. I'm referencing people in New York. If you're not any of these people, you're not very stable. In radio. You could spend 2 years in New York, 3 years in Detroit, another year in Seattle, 2 years in LA. It's just, you're not stable in one place for very long. And I was just not ready for that. I was not ready to go all over this country for a job. So I decided not to pursue. But yeah, that's a little background on me. So this is not new to me. This is something that I've paid lots of money in college uh, to be. It's just now here. I don't need a sounding board. I don't need the board to move up and down and all that other stuff. It's just me talking to you guys here on the camera. But anyway, let's get into these hot topics because I got quite a few that I want to talk to you about. We're going to kick it off with Mr. Big Sean and Jhene Aiko. I did a post earlier this week about their alleged breakup, but it actually was confirmed by both that they are no longer together after 10 years, and it was an amicable split, excuse me. Honey, when the news came out about this, people were going in on Jhene Aiko because news have reported that the reason for their breakup was because Big Sean was not ready to fully commit to Jhene. He didn't want to marry her. There were times where I think he had an interview where he said he just wasn't there with her he wasn't ready, or she wasn't ready to be, for them to be married. She wanted that commitment. Again, he wasn't ready to do it. So they split. I'm not going to judge her on, like others, judge her on why she stayed so long, because it's happened to me. I was in a relationship pretty much all of my good years with someone, and I decided to break up with them when I was 39. I was with them from 24 to 39, no children, no nothing. It happens. You kind of get an inkling that the person's not for you, but you still stay for potential. And I think that's what she did. And before she even turned 40 and possibly wanted another kid, she was like, you know what? I'm done. You're not giving me what I want. I'm going. So they're not together anymore, but they decided to co-parent their son. Now, later on in the week, Big Sean was spotted out with a possibly new girlfriend. Now, he's denying that this woman is his girlfriend. I can't stand when people play word semantics and word games just because you may not think, or not think, but you may not say that that's your girlfriend. You are definitely dating this woman. You're definitely sleeping with this woman. And she may be a potential girlfriend because you're out in public with this woman. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. So this is the video of him being caught with this woman. Hold on, let me put it. Let me go back. I hate when YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram does that because I already clicked the volume to be on. Matter of fact, let me turn it down because it's kind of loud. And then it goes right back to being mute. Hold on, here it goes. So y'all seen her. Let me go back. So y'all seen the young lady that he's with, and again, people like, oh, that's his new girlfriend, and he is denying it. Listen, they may not have the title of girlfriend and boyfriend, but he is clearly with this woman. This woman is literally in his space. She is so close behind him. This is not Times Square on New Year's Eve. You don't need to be that close to someone unless you're intimate with that person. And that's clear as day in this video. But he goes on Instagram because, baby, he was getting a little annoyed by the fans saying that that was his new girlfriend. And, of course, she's white. So, people still got little, issues about that. But let me show y'all real quick what he had to say. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to mute that sound. But they think they're real slick. This was no skip T. Gonna have a Jhene Aiko song on this as y'all. Let me bring it up. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let me just bring it up so y'all can see. So it says here, Big Sean, this is what people are saying that they reported they're together. Look how close she is. Look how close she is on his back. You telling me they're not screwing? Stop it. Anyway, so he goes, yeah, fortunately, I never met this person in my life. Okay. This girl was standing next to me, standing next to Hit Boy. Hold on. What the hell just happened? Was this a video? Hold on, y'all. Here you go. Let me pause it. This girl was standing next to me, standing next to Hit Boy, who cut out the video. I don't know why the F she was so close to me, though. I didn't see it at all till I saw this video and can't understand the frustration, shake my head. But I don't even know this person at all. I call, no offense, Big Sean, I call bull. I call bull. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You are definitely the type to move on very quickly from somebody else. It is in your history. So no, I don't believe that you're not seeing her. That was just, it's just the closeness of her was just really intimate. And no offense, but when someone is just like this much close to you, you can feel their energy. You can feel your energy. And if you don't know that person, it's an uncomfortable feeling. I've been like, why are you so close? I'm gonna need you to back up. You's in my bubble. I'm uncomfortable. You're making me uncomfy. Back up. I don't know you. What you doing that close? It wasn't that serious in that space where she needed to be that close, unless she was intimate. So no, I don't believe him saying that he doesn't know her. And again, he has a history of that. Do y'all remember when he was with Naya Rivera? He was with Naya Rivera. They were engaged to be married. I guess they had some issues going on. And she had an inkling there was something going on with him and somebody else. She did a drive by, not necessarily a drive by. She went over to his house, knocked on the door, and who was sitting on the couch? Ariana Grande. So before he even ended a relationship with Naya Rivera, he was messing with Ariana Grande. So again, he has history of that. Not saying that he was, allegedly or possibly with this woman before, he ended with Jhene Aiko. I think that him and Jhene Aiko probably been done for a while now. Yes, they're celebrities. They're known specifically more in the Black community, in the hip hop community, the R&B community. They're not top A celebrities, so they can't split without anybody knowing, and then just pull the news out. So not saying if this is his girlfriend and he cheated on Jhene with, but he just has a history of it. I'm just saying. What are you guys' thoughts? Leave down below. Do you believe Big Sean he'll know this girl? Do you think it's his girlfriend or do you think not? Let me know. All right. So let me come out of this. Where the heck it go? So let's talk about this real quickly. I'm just going to talk about this. It's still an ongoing investigation. I don't know if you guys, everybody's heard about this. The UPS plane that crashed in Kentucky. The other day, there were 3 people that were on board. However, as today, I believe it's about 17 people, including a baby that has passed away. Let me show you a video of a couple that was driving down the street. What they saw. Hold on. Let me come back. Let me just make sure. Okay, good. I'm still in it. Hold on. I hate when it does this. Just restart it. Look at that. Look at that. That is so scary. Wow. And that's fuel burning. That's no joke. Here they come down the street. What do you know? UPS truck. Look at that smoke. Jeez. So during takeoff, let me just make sure. So at the airport in Louisville, Kentucky, the UPS airplane was taken off. But as they were taking off and it was still on the runway, the left engine started to catch on fire. And as they were taking off, they couldn't take off because the engine wasn't working and they crashed. And as it was crashing, you can see the engine falling off. And then it crashed. It looked like in a commercial space where, where people are working. And unfortunately killed the 3 people that were on board and 14 more people as of today. And again, a little girl has passed away along with her grandfather, which is really, really sad. And I'm going to say this is the cause of the administration that's going on right now, the government shutdown that's going on right now. It's just a lot of things that's been happening, especially plane crashes that's been happening this year that's been extremely scary, and it's from a lot of neglect. This plane should have not taken off without being checked. And I think because of the government shutdown, there was no one, and I know UPS is a private company, but there's no one to check these things. And this is also another reason with the cause of a lot of delays with a lot of regular, I don't know if they're called commercial flights. They might be called commercial flights. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If they are in fact commercial flights, what's been going on now, just, regular airports where a lot of people are taking 5 to 6 hours just to go through, TSA. So, there's not a lot of workers to get the job done. And I can say that's what happened with this airplane. There was no one to check the engine because there's no way that plane was not checked before it was taken off. There's no way. There was probably months and months and months of something wrong with that engine, but it probably wasn't fully checked. And now they're going to have to do a serious investigation on what happened with that engine, and then somebody's going to have to pay the price, especially with those 17 people that passed away. And my condolences to all the families. I feel it's just to be here 1 second and to be here not a second. It's your family. Oh my God. I still think about that little girl that passed away. I think she probably would have been like, I think she's like 1 or 2. And she might have been, I don't know, because this is a commercial area. So you're trying to figure out like how the hell did her and her grandfather, be in that space. He might have been dropping something off at work or just passing by and it just so happened to pass away. I really hope this country can get it together, um, because we are definitely in a crisis and it's not getting better at all. And especially with the a lot of plane crashes happening, planes colliding, it's just too much going on. Yeah. And I think there's going to be more deaths coming because that, as you guys can see in the video, there was a lot going on as far as like, not a lot going on, I shouldn't say that, but the span of the crash, I would say, is about maybe half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile. It's pretty long. And it could have just went past the commercial area that's obvious in the video and probably could have went into more of a residential area. So again, my condolences to all the families who lost someone. Do, 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 do. So let's get into this. Let's get into Miss Cardi B boyfriend, Mr. Stefon Diggs. I contemplated on if I wanted to report this because it is just, y'all, this is messy. This whole situation, this man is, wow. Like, so we all know that's Cardi B's man, Stefon Diggs. He is, what is he? He's a what do you call those? What is the position that he plays? The big dudes. I forgot what they called. Anyway, y'all correct me down below. But he plays for the Patriots. She announced in September that she is pregnant with his child. But as she's announcing that she's pregnant with her boyfriend's child, there have been reports of him fathering other children. So 7 months ago, it was said that he had fathered a daughter with a content creator called Lord Giselle. And it was confirmed the other day from a paternity test that he is indeed the father of that child.
You are the father.
You have to think about just Cardi B's child that she's about to have, this little girl that he just, he has with Lord Giselle. There was rumors that he got India Love's sister Angel pregnant, but unfortunately she didn't keep the child. The inspiration to Drake's Kiki, Do You Love Me? She's pregnant with twins. There's rumors that he's the father of those children. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. And you guys, these women are pregnant at the same time, meaning he was screwing these women at the same time, but he's Cardi B's boyfriend. Cardi, I said it before in another video. I'm going to say it quickly here again. Y'all gotta learn how to vet these men. There's no way in hell she didn't know about Stefon Diggs' reputation. There's no way that she just sat there and she decided to be with this man, whether she wanted him to be her boyfriend or just for fun, but you didn't hear no rumors about him that you were sleeping with this man with no condom on, but all the while he's sleeping with other women with no condom on and got these other women pregnant. I'm gonna say this. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but to me, he worse than Offset. Yeah, Offset was married to Cardi B, and that in itself is disgusting that he cheated on her. But she's with another man who has fathered at least 4 kids within this year. I don't know, Cardi. I don't know what you doing, girl. I don't know. I don't know. She was recently shown with him at a game, supporting him. And I'm just like, are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed, girl? That you with somebody with all these possible like children that are about to be born, that you are just one of the other women that he's been sleeping with. One thing I'm gonna say, and I'm only speaking to my people, black men, I need you to step it up. I need y'all to step it up. I need y'all to stop creating broken homes just for the feel of some vagina. This is disgusting. I don't know what's going on. He's technically a millennial, so we're to blame. But it's just like this younger group, like their early 30s into the 20s, because STDs are on a rise, specifically HIV and AIDS. It's just like y'all not thinking about protection. Y'all can have all the fun you want. You want this man to be your man or you want him to have fun. That is all fine and dandy. Do your thing. But you guys got to protect yourselves. This is disgusting. And not only you guys not protecting yourself, you're bringing children into this world with as in a broken home. It is disgusting. And it just keeps perpetuating the stereotype of black people not having, being a complete family. It's disgusting. Now, I didn't come from a family like that. My parents are married. My parents been married for 45 years, been together for 50 and known each other all their lives. So I've never experienced that, but I've seen people around me experience, have broken home experiences. And it's just like, why though? Like, I get that there are people in relationships and they just don't work out. And then there's people who just blatantly just sleep with other people and just get pregnant and just again create broken homes. Is unnecessary. I need, but it's specifically black men to do a lot better. And it's the same thing that goes with like Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is another one. And finally admitted that he doesn't have enough time to see all his kids. You got people like Little Boosie, another one who has all these children with different women. Why? What is the purpose? What is the purpose of doing that? There is none. It's just immaturity. It's selfishness. All you care about is yourself in the moment. You're not caring about when your children need to grow up and they need to see you, at their graduation or at a play or at a game. You're not there because you got to go see another kid to do something else, or you got to work a lot because you can't afford your 14 kids. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Black men, black women who let anybody in their coochie. Do better. Vet the people that you with. Because if you just take a little time to get to know them, they ain't worth shit. They not worth nothing. They not worth any of the heartache and the headache that you'll be going through for the next 18 plus years. I hope Cardi B learns her lesson. She all smiling, he, and her burgundy outfit with this man. But he playing you. He is literally playing you in your face. Granted, Cardi B is not a black woman, but she's still a woman of color. She still is in that world of our Black American world, our hip hop world. You know what I mean? And because of her skin tone and her hair texture, a lot of people consider her Black. So she's in that. She's in our space. But it's just like, do better, you guys. Just do better. It's disgusting. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move to some cute news. So, was it Thursday? It was Thursday, honey. People magazine had announced that, oh, before I do, let me go into this. Okay. So, People magazine announced the sexiest man alive, and I got to give it to them. They picked a right one. So they chose Jonathan Bailey. If you don't know who Jonathan Bailey is, he plays Anthony Bridgerton on Bridgerton. And he is the first openly gay man to be considered the sexiest man. And by golly, the man is gorgeous. Okay. Gay, straight, whatever. The man is beautiful. And he's had an amazing career in the last couple of years. Of course, with Bridgerton, we're about to go into the fourth season. I think it's going to premiere in January. Not sure if he's going to be on the fourth season because in the third season he left to go to India. So not sure if he's gonna be in the fourth, but he's done that. He had Wicked released around this time, around the Christmas time last year. Wicked for Good is about to be released. He just had Jurassic Park in the summertime. Like, he is doing amazing. Let me show y'all some of the pictures because baby, he look good. Hold on, hold on. So of course, every man that they choose, not just the sexiest man, they do a photo shoot. And yeah, ladies, we lost. Can I say this? We lost. We lost. We lost a good one. Hold on. Let me show y'all real quick. So this is Jonathan Bailey. He's so handsome. Yes. So they finally got this right. Last year was what's that guy's name? Paul Rudd. Um, I like Paul Rudd. I love his personality, him being a comedian. I love that. But as far as sexiest man alive goes, I don't know. I think it should have went to Pedro Pascal last year. I'm actually surprised it wasn't this year because this man is just he's going. He ain't stopping, honey. He's going. But because I'm not mad that he's not because I agree with Jonathan, but I'm just not. I'm just surprised. So he of course is the sexiest man alive. Aaron Pierre was runner up. I know a lot of people are upset that Aaron was not chosen as the sexiest man alive, but let's just think about it. Jonathan has had a really good career in the last, I would say, 4, maybe 5 years. Aaron has had a good career in the last year or two. I just want to point it out. Okay. But yeah, so that was the little clip that they showed. They got a little interview. I'm not playing it. Here's some of his pictures. Lord have mercy. I didn't know he had abs like that. Okay. All right. Oh Lord, ladies, we lost one. Mm. Men, enjoy. Joy. Enjoy him, his cute little dog. You could tell that's a UK beach. There ain't no sands, ain't number rocks. Oh Lord, no. Okay, he's teasing us. He's teasing us, ladies, men. Oh, this man is gorgeous. Let me see if I can bring this picture up. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me bring it down. You know what this reminds me? Have y'all ever seen Bridgerton in that scene? It was the second season when he fell into the water and he came out there with that soaked wet white shirt on. That's what this reminded me of. I was like, Lord have mercy. Because the first season, Anthony got on my damn nerves. But this is him. So, congratulations to him. I just have to say this one thing to people. Listen, I love these issues when you have the sexiest man and then the other men that you consider sexy. I'm gonna need you to do it a little better job as far as releasing it. Why would you release the sexiest man of that year in November? Wouldn't you want to do that at the top of the year? I'm just saying. maybe you want to like just prolong it just a little bit. And then in December, say, this is the sexiest man of 2020, such and such. I think that would just be a little bit better. You only gave him less than 2 months to be the sexiest man of 2025. All right, people, let's get it together. All right. So let's go into, where is it? I want to talk about our new mayor elect here in New York, and that is Zohran Mamdani. He won on Tuesday to be the next mayor here in New York City. He is, well, if not, I think he's the youngest mayor to be elected. He's 34 years old. When I tell you the regular people outside of Staten Island, you don't count. I will never understand the thought process of Staten Island people. It's mainly Irish, it's mainly Italian people, and they voted red. They always vote red, which is mind boggling to me because Irish and Italian people are considered the lower parts when it comes to white people. So, what are y'all doing? But majority of them voted Republican, so we're not worried about them. But the rest of us, we voted for him and he's won. But let me tell y'all something. These rich people in this city are not happy. We as New Yorkers have, let me make sure I'm not, hold on, y'all. Hold on, let me switch back. Um, New York City has the most millionaires and I think the most billionaires. I think about billions, but we definitely have the most millionaires when it comes to the United States. And a lot of people who are millionaires here are mainly from real estate. And for a very long time, they've gotten away with a lot of things, especially through taxes. And Zoran wants to cut that short. He wants to charge them more taxes, and they were not feeling it at all. It was rumored that a lot of millionaires here, not all of them, actually put together money. It says about $22 million to make sure that he was not going to be the next mayor because he was going to change sugar up here. But as you guys can see, it did not work. Let me tell you something about New York City. New York City, I'm going to say this, is the most popular city in the world, right? And you see the lights, you see the glamour, you see all of that. That is only one portion of the city. Majority of the rest of the city is very working class. And you will be shocked how a lot of the buildings are. You'll be shocked how a lot of the apartments are. And they're not the best. When it comes to updated things, I would say 98% of the buildings are not up to date. Majority of these buildings don't have central air, central heat, anything where you could have a washing machine and dryer. Like, it's illegal for you to have it in your apartment. You either have a laundry room in your building or you have to go outside and go to a laundromat. In my building, we have one downstairs, but you can't even have it in a lot of places. You can't have a dishwasher. Like, a lot of these, the cabinets in the kitchen, y'all, so many things here are just not updated. They're not up to par. They're being very neglected. And all these people who own all this real estate right here just pockets the money while they allow these buildings to just like rot pretty much. And he wants to put a stop to it. And on top of it, he wants to make sure that living here is affordable. It is not affordable, you guys. This is a very expensive city. It's not expensive, I think, as LA and San Francisco, but it's like a close third. For you to charge a family, a single person, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and so on and so on and so on, without any updates to the apartment, and it's in a shitty neighborhood, is asinine. It is utterly ridiculous. So you see the lights, the cameras, New York, but it really is not the best. It is not. And the pay here is not the best either. I think our minimum wage is $17. How is that? How is it $17 an hour, but rent for one bedroom is like $2,000? If you go into like the Bronx or Queens or some parts of Brooklyn, it may be less than that. But for the most part, it's pretty expensive. On top of that, you got a car. Let me tell you something. A lot of people here have cars. You have cars, the car insurance. The car insurance here in New York is crazy. For liability for a vehicle, it's like $300-400. No lie. And I'm talking about people who are not old. Okay. I'm talking people who are my age, a little younger, a little older. $300-400 for liability. If it's not Geico. I think majority of people here got Geico because it's the most affordable. But it's crazy expensive here. And that is what he's pushing. He wants things to be affordable, and that is not something those millionaire billionaires don't want, because then it's going to interfere with their money. So that's what they tried to do. They tried to, make sure he didn't win, but he did. There's some other stuff that he also want to put in place. I know he wants to do like free buses. I don't know how that's going to work. I really don't know how that's going to work, because the bus system here is like, I'm going to just use Boston as an example because I lived in Boston. Um no, I think it's the same. It's the same. When it comes to our buses, they go certain places. You do have some that go from borough to borough, not a lot, but majority of the time, a lot of the buses kind of stay within the borough. So again, I don't know how he can do free bus rides. That's going to be a lot out of pocket for the MTA. But let's all be real here. If you know anything about New York City, they increase the prices, the fares for MTA, and that stuff just goes into their pockets, because that's another place that gets neglected. This city has 8 million residents. I'm going on a tangent, but y'all forgive me. This city has 8 million plus residents. That's residents. Then you have people who are coming from Long Island, Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania, who travel here for work. You got all those people, right? Then you have your tourists that come. So there's a lot of money that comes into this city, specifically for the MTA. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the train system. I don't go down there, but I know you guys seen the train system. It's dirty down there. It's disgusting. The rats. And it's just like all this money that they make a day. They make millions a day. I don't care what nobody say. And the way they don't upkeep down there is mind-boggling. I've seen Korean transit. I've seen Japan's transit, and they have just as much, if not the same or more, people who live in their cities, and their subway systems are spotless. Spotless. So explain to me, how come New York can't match that? Why is it that if I stand on a train track next to a garbage, I'm afraid there's about 1 million rats in the garbage? Rustling, tussling, bustling. Why is that? Why is there trash in the train tracks where they can catch fire, and then the train is delayed and people can't go to their late for work? Why? So he is trying to correct all this. Again, with the free, I don't know how that's going to work. I'll be very interested in to see how he'll implement a lot of things that he wants to put in place. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of pushback for him, but if he can accomplish even a quarter of what he said he's going to do, kudos to him. But I'm going to be watching, because a lot of these mayors who come to the, who become mayors, they promise a lot, they want to do a lot, and they don't do anything. This one we got in office right now, crook. Can you talk? Crook. I knew this man was a crook before he became a mayor. I don't know how y'all voted for him. I know I didn't. How did y'all vote for this crook? This man, I don't even want to get into it, but this man, like I said, a total crook. And I'm glad, I'm so glad he's not in office. I'm just, I'm like lost for words. I know sometimes I'm rambling on here, and most of the time I'm doing voiceovers and I'm rambling, so I do apologize. But yeah, he's promised a lot. He's come out to be a criminal, taking gifts and free plane rides to Turkey, which is illegal for someone to do. He has yet to be reprimanded. He has made deals with Trump, so he won't be prosecuted for those said things. It's just a mess. And I hope Zohran is here to clean it up. I won't be here because I'm moving to North Carolina, but for my family, because my family is from here, um, yeah, I hope he can do things for them. So let's move on to this last topic, honey. So let me just X out these. So I don't know. I just feel like this show normally we'll forget about after it's over, but for some reason this season we just can't get off this train. And I'm talking about Love Island. Always something going on with Love Island. But Love Island has announced their second season to Beyond the Villa. I don't know why. The show should have been canceled. It was a snooze fest. I watched an episode and a half of the first season because I was so sick of the whole Kayla and Liv thing. I just couldn't take it anymore. I didn't care. Connor was on there. I didn't care about what was going on with him. I just did not care. So the second season is going to be the cast of season 7, which we just ended. And let me show you guys the cast. I am completely underwhelmed. But I'm not shocked at the cast. So let me just bring it up so you guys can see. So here's the cast. We got Miss Amaya Papaya. Um, Andrina, it's Andriana, something like that. Bella Dasha, Brian, Clark, Coco, Grayson, Hannah, Iris, Jeremiah, Pepe, Taylor, TJ, and did I say Chris? And Mr. Chris.
I could be overseas playing ball right now.
Some of the cast I understand. Some of the cast I'm like, why? I'm not mad at the fact that Amaya, Brian, Angelina, Bella, Pepe, Jeremiah, Iris, TJ are on the show. Right? Because we got a chance to see them, except for Bella. I didn't mind Bella at all, so I don't mind her being on here. But Taylor and Clark, Coco and Grayson. I don't understand why Coco's on here. We didn't get a chance to see her. Maybe that's why they put her on there, because she right now has a bad rep on, what she did to Shelly and Alandria, specifically Alandria. So maybe this is like her redemption thing. I felt like why Grayson? Grayson was in the villa longer than Coco, but we didn't get much of her. So I'm just like, why her? I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have rather seen some of the other men on here. Hannah, I don't mind Hannah at all. I'm assuming the reason why she's on there is because of Pepe. Even though I think she has a boyfriend. But I think she's on here because of Pepe. Obviously, Pepe's on here because of Iris and TJ. You guys don't know. If you don't know, in the villa, Iris was with TJ. TJ got sent home. She got with Pepe right after. They dated for like 2 seconds out of the villa. Apparently, allegedly, he cheated. Then she went back to TJ. So she's currently with TJ. So that's a little drama they got going with Hannah, Pepe, Iris, and TJ. Avi, Amaya, and Brian. They were dating outside the villa, which I think is a crock of crap. I don't think Brian ever liked Amaya, to be honest with you. But obviously she said that he cheated on her, so hence why those two are there. That's going to be some drama. Taylor and Clark, I don't understand why they're there. I don't understand. Obviously, they're not as popular as Nick and Andrea. They never were going to be. But again, I don't understand why they're there. Chris,
I could be overseas playing ball right now.
Chris, I thought you were I thought you can play ball overseas. What's going on? What's going on? If you're gonna be that cocky about your basketball skills, by the way, Pepe is better. Shouldn't you prove us wrong? Won't you just admit that your basketball career internationally wasn't working out, hence why you went on reality TV, and that's where you want to make your money. If you say that, people will stop using what you said against them. Let's be real here. He got a new apartment, so he got bills to pay, and hence that's why he's on his show. Jeremiah, out of all these people, is the real one that I really, really like, and I'm happy that he's on here, and I hope he gets more work. So yeah, this is the cast. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm not watching it. Unless the trailer can convince me that there's some super drama that's not going to be too focused on Amaya and Brian or Iris, TJ, Pepe, Hannah. I just, the trailer has to be phenomenal for me to watch, because last season was boring. It was super boring. I am shocked that they announced this cast so early, because Beyond the Villa is normally, hold on, let me pull this back. Hold on a second. Beyond the Villa normally is shown right after Love Island. So to announce this cast, I'm assuming filming might start after the holidays. We shall see, because they do give us a little snippets on what they're filming. Again, I don't think I'm going to watch it. What do you guys, are you interested in any of them as the new cast of Beyond the Villa? Will you be watching? You guys let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot rambling going on, a lot of thoughts in my mind that was rambling that probably just didn't make sense in my mouth. So please forgive me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a a thumbs up, like, whatever you want to call it. Comment down below any of your opinions. If you guys have yet to subscribe to this channel, make sure you do. Turn on your notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's it for today's tea on Pam Unfiltered. If you love the drama, the gossip, and the real talk, hit that button, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you in the next one.